You touched a doorknob, then rubbed your eye. A virus, a microscopic package of genetic code wrapped in protein, just crossed the barrier between the outside world and your bloodstream. It has no brain, no metabolism, no ability to reproduce on its own, but it has one mission: hijack your cells and make copies of itself. Your immune system has roughly 12 hours before the infection becomes overwhelming. The clock starts now. Within minutes, the virus encounters your innate immune system, the ancient non-specific defense that every human is born with. Macrophages, large, roaming cells that act as both sentinels and garbage trucks, detect the virus through pattern recognition receptors on their surface. They recognize molecular signatures common to many pathogens, things human cells don't have. The macrophage engulfs the virus and destroys it internally using enzymes and reactive oxygen. This process is called phagocytosis, but one macrophage can only eat so many viruses. If the infection is large, the macrophage does something critical. It releases chemical signals called cytokines into the surrounding tissue. These are the alarm bells. The cytokines trigger inflammation. Your blood vessels dilate, allowing more immune cells and fluid to flood the infected area. That's why infected tissue gets red, warm, and swollen. It's not damage, it's reinforcement. Neutrophils arrive, the most abundant white blood cells and the shock troops of your immune system. They have a very short lifespan, but they're aggressive and fast. They engulf pathogens, release toxic chemicals into infected tissue, and when they're overwhelmed, they sacrifice themselves, releasing DNA nets called nets that trap viruses and bacteria. The pus you see in an infected wound is mostly dead neutrophils. They fought and died for you. While the innate immune system fights, dendritic cells, specialized messenger cells, pick up fragments of the destroyed virus and carry them to your lymph nodes. These fragments are called antigens, the virus's molecular fingerprint. In the lymph nodes, dendritic cells present these antigens to T cells. Billions of them, each one with a unique receptor designed to recognize one specific molecular shape. This is like searching a library of billions of books for one specific sentence. When a T cell's receptor matches the antigen, it activates. This is the moment your adaptive immune system switches on. But it takes time. Your body needs 4 to 7 days to mount a full adaptive response. The innate immune system has to hold the line until then. While your adaptive immune system is still mobilizing, the virus is replicating. It enters your cells, hijacks the cellular machinery, and forces each infected cell to produce thousands of copies. These copies burst out, killing the host cell, and infect neighboring cells. The cycle repeats exponentially. This is when you feel sick, but not because of the virus itself. The fever, the body aches, the fatigue, that's your immune system's inflammatory response. Your hypothalamus raises your body temperature to make the environment hostile for the virus. The fatigue forces you to rest, so your body can redirect energy to the immune response. Symptoms are the cost of defense. The matched T cell has been dividing rapidly in the lymph node, creating an army of clones. 2 types emerge. Killer T cells, also called cytotoxic T cells, are assassins. They travel to the infection site and kill your own cells that have been infected. They do this by detecting viral proteins displayed on the surface of infected cells and releasing toxic proteins that punch holes in the cell membrane and trigger the cell to self-destruct. It's brutal but necessary. The only way to stop viral replication is to destroy the factories. Helper T cells coordinate the broader response. They release cytokines that activate macrophages, recruit more immune cells, and critically, they help activate B cells, the antibody factories. B cells, activated by helper T cells, transform into plasma cells and begin producing antibodies. Y-shaped proteins, custom designed to bind to the virus's specific molecular shape. Each plasma cell can produce up to 2,000 antibodies per second. Antibodies work 3 ways. First, they coat virus particles, preventing them from attaching to your cells. This is called neutralization. Second, they mark viruses for destruction by macrophages. This is called opsonization. Third, they activate the complement system, a cascade of proteins that punch holes in pathogen membranes. With antibodies flooding the bloodstream and killer T cells destroying infected cells, the tide turns. The viral load drops. You start feeling better. The infection is cleared, but the immune system isn't done. Anti-inflammatory signals calm the response. Excess immune cells are decommissioned through apoptosis, programmed cell death. The battlefield is cleaned up. And then something remarkable happens. A small fraction of the T cells and B cells that fought this battle don't die. They become memory cells, long-lived sentinels that remain in your body for years, sometimes decades. If the same virus ever returns, these memory cells recognize it immediately and launch a response in hours instead of days. The virus doesn't even get a chance to make you sick. This is why you rarely get the same cold twice. This is what vaccines exploit. This system isn't perfect. Some viruses, like HIV, specifically target helper T cells, crippling the immune system's ability to coordinate. Others, like influenza, mutate so fast that memory cells can't recognize new strains. And sometimes the immune system overreacts. A cytokine storm, when inflammation spirals out of control, can cause more damage than the virus itself. This is what killed many COVID-19 patients. The virus didn't destroy their lungs. Their own immune response did. The immune system is the most sophisticated defense system in nature, but it walks a razor's edge between protection and destruction. Right now, this war is happening inside you. Macrophages are patrolling, T cells are scanning, memory cells are waiting. You'll never see any of it, but it's the reason you're alive.